Alright everybody, I'm back. Part 2 of this video series, which may turn into part 3. We'll see. If you haven't gone and seen part 1, the link will be over in the description for it, so please go see that one first before you watch this, so you get a better idea of what's going on and where I'm coming from on this issue. In my last video, I talked about the Soul having a sort of storage system, and I want to sort of give us illustration of what I mean, what I sort of mean by this, at least when I go back and do self-reflecting and sort of a self-analysis sort of deal. I typically find myself viewing a list or a sort of a box or a file cabinet sort of deal that has memories, morals, philosophy sort of deal, things all in a sort of chronological order as they come. Old ones, new ones, in progress ones. Everything's sort of detailed, filed out. So I just sort of look through and find the thought or the memory that I want to think about or ponder on, and it's all right there. It's organized. It's quick, easy, and and the only reason I describe it like this is because I know it's so fast to process, but when I think about how the process is, when I try and slow it down, this is what I come up with. So it may sound weird, it may sound strange, but it's what I've come up with, and it seems to make sense. Also, when you think of the soul as a storage device for your personality or your being as a whole, as when we talk about theism and in regards to an afterlife, we're talking about when your body dies, your soul goes to the afterlife. There's got to be some part of you that would transfer with the soul. It wouldn't make any sense really to have all your experiences, all your love, your anger, emotions, your essence of you, everything that you've come to be as you, stay with your physical body while your soul just sort of gets transported up to wherever. And it's like transferring a blank slate with objective with morals or something, which I'll go into in this next part. It's like transferring a blank slate up to wherever afterlife is. So it wouldn't make much sense to do it that way. It would make more sense if if your soul had a copy or when you die, it backed up onto your soul, and then you, as your soul, get transported to wherever the afterlife is. And this is in the case of theism. So that's why I think it also acts as a storage or a backup memory device. Um, Next part I want to talk about, and I've heard Christians talk to atheists or ask atheists this question, and I think this will sort of put an interesting spin on that. Is the whole morality? Where do you get your morals from? Well, another function of the soul, since in this case theism or Christianity in particular, for me, God creates your soul, and it's somewhere in the Bible. I'm trying to. I probably am not wording this correctly, but essentially all men are equal, or maybe it's not in the Bible, but all men are equal, from equal to God. Obviously, physically we're not all equal. Some are faster, some are slower, some are smarter, some are dumber, all that stuff. But in terms of the soul, we're all equal, all equally valued. We all have the same sort of objective morals And I know people think, well, morality is relative, but for this case, we'll just say they're objective since we're talking about theism and the soul. Um, you know, with the soul, you have objective morals sort of inserted into the soul and thereby inserted into your body. So when Christians ask, where do you get your morals from? I don't. The question itself doesn't make much sense to me because we all have souls, and the whole thought of a soul isn't that it's based on belief. Even if you believe you have a soul, if you don't believe you have a soul, or whatever, you still have a soul. I know that's kind of like asserting that there is a soul, but it's for our purposes today. But the point is, I don't see it as based on belief. You can have a soul and not believe in God or the supernatural being that gave you said soul with morals. So in this case, I'd see it as you're still able to live a moral, correct, just, in a way, life, um, even without God or without believing in God. Because not without God. Without God, yeah, you get the point. I'm going off topic, but I see the soul also providing the moral compass with objective morals instilled in all of us, since all of us have that spark, that soul inside of us. So I don't think Christians are exactly right when they ask where do you get your morality from, and if you don't say it's from God, then you're an immoral person. That doesn't make sense to me. Sorry. Okay, so we covered that. And as always, if I miss some points that you want me to address, just leave me comments and everything. But this last point, or this last purpose, is also for the theism. It's the soul is a way of communicating with the other world, in a way. So what do I mean? Well, God creates the soul, instills your morals, and puts that in you. And when the Bible talks about God calling people to serve, or calling people to certain areas of ministry or work or what have you, it's a he tugs at your heart, or he tugs at your soul to sort of help you move in a direction. Um, Now, of course, you don't have to listen. You can still go your own way, but it's the point of it is it's sort of a radio tower for God, and we each have our own frequency, and God tries to talk or show things to all of us, and He does that through the soul, and through that whole process. When He talks about calling us, He's calling us via sort of the soul phone line, in a way. So yeah, there's that, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you want me to do a bit more specific, or something a little different on a couple or any or all of these topics, just leave comments, and if I get enough comments on a particular subject or whatever, I'll do a video talking about that subject, or we can talk about why you don't believe in what I said. So that's all for now. I'll see you guys later, and we'll see what kind of responses I get. Thanks for watching, and God bless.